Oh, sweet. So it does work. All right, cool. So, this is ShopCast episode 6.
Episode 6, yeah.
Episode 6. Yeah. All right, guys, let's fucking get to it.
Yeah.
All right, so we're trying something new, and we're trying to see if it.
2 new things, actually.
Well, I can only think of one new thing right now. So,
well,
what we're gonna try is we're gonna start every fucking podcast out with trying a new shot of something, right?
Or a new version of like alcohol.
Yeah. It's gonna be
not necessarily shots, but
it's gonna be something.
It's gonna be something new that we haven't tried. 2 new things, adding to the podcast and trying something new.
Oh, God.
In this case, it's
Old Smokies.
Old Smoky Blue Flame Moonshine.
So, to be fair, we already tried the original, and that was garbage.
Yeah.
That was a real fucking dumpster fire of a shot.
But it didn't have any like extra.
It
like,
tastes
flavor.
like rubbing alcohol.
It tasted like rubbing alcohol.
It just got me thinking of like Everclear.
It was just like original flavor, like just pure alcohol, 100 proof, and this one's actually 128 proof. And
this is higher than the last one?
Yeah.
By like 20.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
64% alcohol.
Oh shit! So the other one's only 50?
Yeah, the other one was only 50%.
Oh my
alcohol.
God, bro!
But this one has like flavoring.
Does it? It just says blue flame. It doesn't say any flavoring.
I assume it's.
Oh God, dude! I bet the blue
like,
flame is just what's gonna come out your asses.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Pour it. Let's fucking do it. God damn it!
All right. Oh, it doesn't come out blue.
That's unfortunate. Was it just a blue tinted fucking?
It is. It is just a blue tint, so it might just taste like the other one.
Oh, it's just dripping. It's fine.
Sorry.
It's all right.
It's okay. It'll evaporate in a little bit.
Of course it will. It's pure fucking alcohol. It's pure grain alcohol.
Yeah.
All right, man. Oh wait, here I got. Bro, that's why I got these goddamn things.
Yeah, 10% more alcohol, and it'd be medical grade.
Dude, it's basically medical grade. Oh God! All right. Fuck it. It smells horrible. It smells like rubbing alcohol. That's what it smells
bad,
like.
Man.
All right, man. In light of us being pussies and not being able to do this, let's fucking do it. Oh, way worse. Woo!
I like it.
Way worse.
Not do.
Yep. This is the same fucking thing, just way harder.
Yeah. I thought it was gonna be like blueberry flavored.
No. Oh God. Oh, it's like fire. It's like fire in my mouth, dude.
Blue flame, bro. I gotta warn the clerk at the store. He said he wanted to try that.
God damn it, dude. Go back
tell him
immediately.
no.
Tell him to mix it with some shit. Fuck. Holy Christ, dude.
Alright, I'm gonna be feeling good in a minute.
God damn it. I was already feeling good prior to this podcast. God damn, bro. Yeah, you want some fucking paper towels or something? I mean, at least we kept it together.
Yeah,
Best
that was
we could.
bad, man.
Now, get out of here. Go on. No, you're gonna need to move that. He'll snatch it. No.
The
he won't
paper
do
towel?
that. Yeah. I'll do.
Then he'll be feeling good.
No, he's just be a little fucking asshole sometimes.
Some people get like that when they're drunk.
Love him to death, but motherfucker. Okay, you need to calm down.
That was bad, man.
Alright, dude, let's fucking start this shit. Oh my God, look at this.
Yeah, the podcast.
Jesus Christ. Alright. So, it's a little bit different because we were expecting a guest.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
He is issues that he had to take care of
yes.
first. Yeah.
So we didn't fucking end up getting him. Which is fine.
That's cool. Handle your business.
Yep. No hard feelings here, man.
Yeah,
I got you. Now, next week though, we're guaranteed a person.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
You might be on leave though.
No, not next weekend.
The week
weekend
after. Okay.
Yeah,
well, that's actually not too bad because I might have a buddy coming in, who
That's
it might
fine.
just be me doing solo with him, but.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So, July 26th through August 9th, I will be going home. I won't be on the podcast unless I'm Skyped in.
I could figure that out. I also thought about when I'm on leave, because I probably should do that. Because when I'm on leave, I want to Skype you in, because I still plan on doing some sort of podcast. Maybe not like this whole crazy setup, but something,
I got you.
something.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
We will promise you content.
Yes, I promise. We're not fucking going away. This is it. So, short notice. What do you got?
What? Short notice?
Yeah. What do you got?
Like
Topics.
Oh,
What
topics.
are we doing?
I thought you were like saying short notice. What do you got during the week? I was like,
No. What do you got, bro? You got anything? 'Cause I might have some stuff too.
So I know with the raid on Area 51, I think that shit's hilarious.
So yeah, we've seen a lot of memes about it.
Yeah.
Or whatever. People talking about it.
You think it's actually going to happen?
No.
You think people are going to show up?
Fuck no.
I think some people are going to show up, and those people are...
They're going to get arrested.
Yeah,
They're going to get arrested.
They're completely...
You're breaking onto a government facility. You're going to be arrested.
Yeah, and they're misinterpreting the meme. Because that's all it is. It's a
It's
giant
a joke.
meme.
It's a joke.
It's a joke,
Like,
yeah.
I don't.
And if you were planning on raiding Area 51, why would you post it on the internet?
Right.
Specific
So now the
day?
government's gonna fucking move all
Yeah.
their shit. I was talking about this shit at work too. I was like, man, all these people that are gonna go do that, like the government would be like, yeah, sure, come on in. There's nothing to hide because they moved it all. If there's anything at all.
I don't think they're going to do that. They're going to arrest them. They're going to be like...
I don't think there's gonna be a showing the way that some people think. I think it's just a big ass joke, which is fine. I'm all
Have you
about
seen
jokes.
like the map out? Like, oh, we're going to send all the Kyles here.
No.
And all the furries here. Yeah, it's funny, man.
You know what's funny? Speaking of, so, oh shit. So Kyle, right? They think of that as like your typical white boy name,
Yeah.
like being a super doucher. So my parents told me that it was a toss up between Kyle and Ryan on like what my name was.
I could see that, man.
So
I definitely looked back through all your profile pictures on Facebook.
saw some Kyle moments.
I could see you being a
Saw
Kyle.
some Kyle moments. Yeah, all right, fair enough. I was young.
Posted up with a flat bill and a wife beater on your
Bro. That's just how gangster I am.
on
bro.
your
Don't fucking worry
import
about
car.
it. Don't worry about my Civic Si was the fucking tits. All right, I love that goddamn car. Should have never sold it.
That's a Kyle statement right there.
I should have never sold it, dude. But fucking cunts out there make you fucking sell your cars, and it's a learning experience.
Yeah.
You're good.
To be fair, a Kyle never would have sold his car.
Not for some bitch. No, fuck
yeah.
no. So I guess I'm not a real Kyle.
No, that's your parents felt that.
Yeah,
That's why they were like,
my parents knew. They were like,
Ryan.
Nah,
Ryan.
Ryan.
Half a Kyle.
Yeah, Ryan's only gonna be kind of Kyle.
That's funny.
But yeah, man.
When I was born, my name was gonna be Mackenzie Ray.
Mackenzie?
Yeah,
that's a girl's name, bro.
They thought I was gonna be a girl up until I came out, and they saw my little wee wee. They're like, oh fuck.
God damn it.
And at that point, my mom was like, yeah, name him whatever. I don't give a fuck. And my dad, he went and like brainstormed with all his friends, and one of his friends came out with Chase.
Really?
Yeah.
See, if I'm ever blessed with kids, which I hope I am,
Yeah.
I believe me and my wife already have names picked out.
You think that until it...
Nah, for reals though, like, cause I
real?
talked about it. Like, I think for reals, like, I already have names picked out. One of them might have changed because I don't want to be that fucking doucher.
What do you mean? Oh, you want a junior?
I think
or...
I want a junior,
yeah.
to be honest. I do. Like, that's one of my things. I want a junior.
Yeah, I want a junior as well.
You missed your opportunity, man. You missed it.
What are you talking about?
You missed it.
She wants 4 kids. We're only at 1.
Or they're all girls then.
But one of them's gonna be named Chase.
One of them's gonna be Chase Burlage Jr.
It's
as a girl.
It's technically a unisex name.
It's not as unisex as like Dylan or Jamie.
Dylan.
Dylan's
Definitely a male.
Dylan's kind of a whore's name though, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Dylan, like a girl Dylan.
But you're right. It's not as unisex as like
Ashley.
Ashley. There are male Ashleys.
Shoot, Russia's filled with them. Nah. Ashley. Leslie.
Leslie is definitely a unisex name.
Leslie. There's others I can't think about the top of my head, but yeah, you kind of missed it, man. You should have named your firstborn as a junior if you really wanted it.
I mean, my family's kind of known for having all boys.
I mean, but no, you're not. So hopefully you don't become a radar tech. I hear radar techs.
Oh yeah.
Kind of fuck up the.
Well, I mean,
kind of fuck up the boys, and
with
now
all
you get all girls.
With all the radiation. Yeah, that's.
You get all girls, bro. Yeah, man. I mean,
I almost went off on a work thing, but.
Nah, don't do that.
Nah.
Don't do that. But yeah. Yeah. I mean,
it's
I think the Area 51 thing's just stupid. It's stupid. It's not gonna fucking. It's not gonna happen. They're not gonna risk getting arrested or shot to storm a fucking base.
Who's gonna pay like $300 for a plane ticket to go?
$300? That'd be like if you lived in the state over.
Yeah, like $300 minimum for even just like a single trip there. I mean, dude, if you're going there, you're not expecting to make it back.
I guess not. The aliens probably take you.
Yeah.
But I took back when I was in Great Lakes, man, I lived in Minnesota, right? Because that's my home, Minnesota. Mm-hmm. I took a plane ride from there. It was literally like a 50-minute plane ride, tops. Like, you got to altitude. Because I didn't have my car, so I was going to get my car, right? So, like, literally got to altitude, and like for 5 minutes, and they're like, okay, now we're descending. I was like, the fuck's the point?
You're gonna have your seatbelt off for 10 seconds.
It was like $280 or like $300 some odd dollars.
Wow.
For a 50-minute.
How far out did you buy that ticket though?
It's like 2 months.
Okay, so it's a respectable.
It was now.
Respectable
to be fair, it was during Christmas that I went and did this, but still,
they jack up the prices.
Still,
during Christmas time.
Fuck, man. Like, it was a one-way trip.
Yeah.
Not even a round-trip ticket. It's a one-way thing out there, and it fucking charged me that much. I did fly Delta, though. You know, the fancy flights.
My plane tickets from Chicago to St. Louis were always like $200, $300.
That's ridiculous.
One-way trip, because I would always get driven back. The only time I went there was to surprise my wife. I was coming home.
You're fucking married?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, bro.
And I have a kid.
That's fucking nuts,
did you know that?
Man. Nah, I didn't know that, dude. Oh. That's fucking nuts.
It's his birthday today, actually.
Congratulations. Happy birthday.
Yeah. But he's in Missouri,
Theo, right?
So, yeah. Theo.
I got a nephew named Theo.
Yeah?
Yep.
It's my kid.
Nope, not your kid. Not your kid.
Whew, thank
No,
goodness.
different Theo. This Theo's much older. This Theo's like 5 or 6. Thank God, dude, that's terrible.
Hey, man,
that's terrible.
Okay.
I don't know my own nephews.
Sometimes, my little brother, he's significantly younger than I am. He's like 12 years younger than I am. The only way I can remember his age is he was born in 2010.
Oh, that's easy then.
And I know his birth month.
Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah. Yep. I'm a bad uncle not knowing that shit.
Yeah. Well, my Theo is 1 year old today.
Good. That's easy to calculate. Was it
spending his birthday in Missouri with his grandma.
June 14th, 2019. Gotcha. That's easy. All right, man. Well, yeah.
I guess that'll do it for this podcast.
Yeah, that's it. all fucking 15 minutes.
Yeah, man.
No, so the Area 51 thing, like I said, man, it's stupid.
Yeah. You've heard about the Bob Lazar thing, right?
So I know of Bob Lazar.
Yeah.
Right? I saw him on Joe Rogan.
He posted a thing, and he reached out to Joe Rogan to post about it too, is to discourage people from going to Area 51. Because apparently,
why?
So apparently that's not where the aliens are kept, or
it's some
alien
off-site,
technology.
Like thing where he worked, right?
It's like Area S4 is where is the only place that he knows of that kept all that shit.
I mean,
I saw that post today. Which, I mean, he said that Area 51 is just for classified technology, right? So why
which is still cool to find out.
Yeah, why wouldn't they include alien technology into that? It doesn't make sense to me. It's classified technology. They're obviously using, if they have it, they would be using alien technology to create that classified technology.
In theory, right? But like, if you want to talk about aliens, I mean, aliens is such a weird topic because, like, I fucking believe that there's other than us. There's got to be something other than us. I just watched Black Hole Apocalypse, which is on Netflix. It's like some
documentary, or
it's like a documentary thing about black holes, right? And
yeah.
so the idea is that each solar system, so like ours, the Milky Way, right, has a black hole in its center, and that's why we look. Yeah, the galaxy. So that's why we look like we're swirling, right? We're like swirling.
Okay.
Right, when you take pictures of
because
us,
it's getting like sucked in.
Getting sucked in, right?
Okay.
So, if you think about that and how many black holes are theorized out there, every black hole then would have its own solar system or galaxy.
Galaxy, yeah.
Right?
And then solar systems within that galaxy.
Yeah. So galaxy, my bad.
You're good.
So every fucking black hole would have its own galaxy. And do you think that we are the only fucking ones that have the perfect conditions? Like, there's got to be other people out there. There's got to be.
So there are actually planets that we know about that have that perfect condition, that perfect Earth condition to where life can sustain on it. And
but they're too far away for us to get to.
Some of them are even on Jupiter. Like some of their moons, it has tidal heating.
Titan, right?
I don't know.
Titan is the moon that...
I don't remember the name of it, but
I think it's Titan.
It's probably Titan. But like the storms on Jupiter, all that tidal heating keeps it warm enough to sustain life. So all we would need to do is, I think, bring water there. Some planets even have water of their own.
But tidal, doesn't that kind of insinuate water?
Tidal is...
Isn't it like methane?
So tidal, whenever they say tidal heating, it's the tides on the planet.
Yeah, but all tides are measured with water, right?
Yeah.
Like our tides, right? In and out, right? It's water. So isn't there already water on these planets then? Or these moons or whatever?
There might be water. I don't know.
Because that's the thing, right? I heard something like either Jupiter or Uranus or something is like... Yeah, your anus. Yeah. is like methane. It's just a big
There is
giant,
a lot of methane
like,
in my anus.
It's like a giant fucking like methane waves of just... Yeah. It's crazy, dude. Look at this fucking dog. Dude, go the fuck around. Anyways, it's... I don't know. He's particular, man.
Yeah, that's funny, man.
But like, it's not possible to live on some of these things because there's just like, you ever saw the movie Interstellar?
No, I haven't.
Well, it's pretty good. And they actually use like actual astrophysicists and all this shit to like figure it out, to like direct this movie and shit. So on one of those planets, this is all fiction, but there's like these waves that are just unimaginably high, right? And they just constantly go. So like as one wave passes, like the next wave is coming. So like it looks like you can stand.
There's like maybe 10 to 30 seconds in between.
I don't know how long.
Even of that.
But like, so in between the waves, it looks like, oh, you can stand and it's fine. It's just like there's some water on the ground. but the wave is coming. So, like, you're not going to be able to live. Like, you'd have to have some sort of fucking, like, floating thing. Like, floating, like, space station that you live on.
So
my
when
point,
you mean the wave is methane, right? You're talking about methane waves?
In this fictional scenario, the wave is water.
Is water.
Right.
Okay.
But this is all fiction. So.
Yeah.
But I'm saying on, like...
Fiction.
It's got to be, like, Jupiter or Uranus. I can't remember which one. I'll look it up. But it's just, like, so much fucking, like methane on there that you couldn't live. Like, most of these planets that we have in our solar system, you can't live on. Like, it's impossible to live unless you do human interaction and, like, do synthetic, like, oxygen, synthetic water, synthetic everything. Like, you have to make it. It's not something that's just naturally occurring. Like
with Mars, you have to, like,
correct
make
the
that
moon,
shit. You have to
Mars,
like, terraform that shit.
Yeah, you can't just, like, land on it like here on Earth and be like, oh, I can survive. It's fine.
I'm living.
So that's the big issue with a lot of that, like, space travel shit. It's like, I would love to be alive in a time where, you know, we have a colony on Mars that's thriving. Yeah. And it's cool. Like, you can go on vacation to Mars. It just takes you, what,
That's
how long?
Expensive ticket. You're talking about $200 for the state over.
Right now it is. But, like, can you imagine, like, in a time, like, in the future, I don't know how far in the future, but, like, where it's just it's a normal thing. Yeah, like, we're going to Mars today.
I think we talked about this.
Even before, actually, we talked about this prior to us starting this podcast.
Before the podcast, yeah. I think that was the day we decided to do this podcast.
Yep, it actually was.
And we were talking about how you'd have to make, they're trying to make the moon like a launch pad.
Yeah, the moon's just like a fueling station launch pad to Mars. So
it'd be like it'd always be a layover flight. So
correct, and that's, I mean, shit, you know how many times I've been laid over in Atlanta? It's always that.
That's where you got your broads, right?
Broads in Atlanta. I like the designer
reference.
Yeah, I like that.
I got you.
But it'd be cool. It'd be a cool time to live in.
Yeah.
I just don't think it'll be in our time,
definitely not.
Unless I mean, who knows, man?
Maybe.
What's 50 years from now? They might be able to, like, create people to live 200, 300 years old. Yeah. It wouldn't be good for this Earth to live 200, 300 years old.
You'd be on the brink of death, man. You're getting...
I'm basically almost dead now, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm super fucking old to a point where, like...
Yeah.
I'm over the hump. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's one of those things. I can't kick it with you young kids anymore.
Yeah.
But
I noticed you weren't laughing in the movie whenever all those naked ladies.
Bro, that Midsummer movie. Listen, I thought it was great. I thought the movie was fucking great.
I agree with you. It was a good movie. It was just weird.
It's artsy.
As shit,
it's artsy, dude. It's artsy, and Ari Aster is.
It seemed like one of those movies you'd go to a film festival for. Like they'd.
Yes. Yeah. Actually, I think it was at Sundance.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
It
still doesn't mean it's not bad. It's not good.
It's just.
It's. Yeah. So, like I explained to you last night when we watched it, right? The reason it's hard to watch in a theater full of random people is because, again, there was like some fucking like barely 17-year-old kids behind us, giggling their ass off. It's seeing, oh, look at that old naked lady. Oh, what? Look at how
there
this
were
is
numerous
ridiculous.
old naked ladies.
But it doesn't matter. But like that's the one thing, right? So in America,
I don't know if it was. It wasn't just the old naked ladies that we were laughing at. It was the old naked ladies and the situation that he was in, and
it's an unfortunate situation.
The weird shit that they were doing.
Of course, of course it was weird. But my point is, right,
that's the whole point of the movie.
The whole point of the movie is it's a pagan cult.
Yeah, it's a cult.
It's a fucking cult that they didn't know they were getting involved in.
Yeah.
And that shit's scary and real.
Yeah.
Like
it's
That could possibly happen.
If you haven't seen the movie, I suggest you go watch it. It is a
good movie. It's really good.
It's
I'm gonna take my wife when she gets back from Underway to go see it.
It's not meant to keep you laughing. It's supposed to be like a thriller movie. However, there are points that you're probably gonna laugh at because it's so
you
weird.
You shouldn't.
It's like if you were in that situation, it'd be fucked up. You'd be scared as shit.
Right, but that's my point though, right? It's like it's an uncomfortable situation.
Yeah.
And us as moviegoers, the typical moviegoer, like I was telling you earlier before we started this podcast, you're in an uncomfortable situation.
Yeah.
And you realize, oh, this is just a movie. So can you imagine that actor having to do this?
Yeah, that'd be
right.
That'd be really
not
funny.
Crack a joke or smile. It just has to be like serious about it.
I would love to see the bloopers of that movie.
I bet those bloopers are really ridiculous.
Yeah.
But
if you were watching it on your own in your own living room,
I feel like
probably you wouldn't laugh.
No, I'd feel like it'd be like one of those like, oh fuck, dude, look at this fucking shit. Like,
it's fucked up.
You'd be unbelieved at how
numerous
crazy that shit is going.
There were numerous moments where I was like, oh fuck.
Dude, I'm telling you, there was a point in that movie, it just changed.
Yeah.
And it changed, and it was like, holy fuck. Like, this shit's getting real serious. And that's when I got really into the movie. Like, the first half of it, I was like, eh.
Like I said, if you haven't seen the movie, I suggest you watch it. It's called Midsummer by
Ari Aster.
Ari Aster.
He's amazing. He made Hereditary amazing.
Yeah. I haven't
Hereditary
seen Hereditary
amazing.
I'm going to have to watch Hereditary.
Oh, God, it's so fucking... Anyways.
My manhood has been come into question without
I didn't say all that.
Without actually coming to question.
Yeah, I didn't say all that. Yeah. I just said Hereditary is a great movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just one of those things, and it sucks being in there with, like, kids. Like, where they they giggle. Yeah. And America is a fucking...
It's not actual kids, like younger adults. Like
They're 17.
Because it's an R-rated movie.
Yep. So as long as you're 17, you can get in.
Yeah. So...
But it's one of those things like... I don't know. They're just immature, I guess. Yeah. And you can be immature at any age. By any means, you can be immature at any age. I'm not saying that just because they're kids, they're immature. But they were just giggling like through the whole fucking thing, and I was just like, come on, man. Like, I get it. I get it. It's weird. I get that you've probably never seen this before. You think it's funny, but it's not.
In the beginning, I was cracking up, and I have no idea why.
Dude, I thought you were drunk as hell.
No, like, I have no idea why I was laughing. The movie.
You were laughing at the It Chapter 2 trailer. That's what you were laughing at. Because again, you thought you were like, oh, this is weird. There's an old naked lady. Now, can you imagine in context?
No. It wasn't just the old naked lady. It's the old naked lady and the way she was running. And I was just thinking, these directors thought this was scary.
It is, dude. Can you imagine, like, in context, right? Like, let's say, I don't know, for some reason you went back to your childhood home, right? Is it the same house that you grew up in?
I don't understand that. Who lets people into their house?
Well, again, if it's a small community, right? So I grew up in a town of at least 30,000 people. Yeah. Right? Not a small community. You're not just letting people in your home. Yeah. But there's people out there that live in communities that are unincorporated that have like 1,000 people tops. Yeah,
bro. Even then,
right? So everybody knows everybody. So all of a sudden, if you're this old fucking lady and some lady, another younger lady comes in and says, "Hey, I used to live here," like
I don't give a fuck. Get off my porch.
So again,
that's exactly
to us it doesn't. It's not the same. So, but
yeah. I mean, I grew up in a small town with like 3,000 people, 3,256. Mm-hmm. And if you came up to somebody and was like, "Hey, I used to live here,"
you'd be like, "Neat, get out of here."
Exactly.
Right.
They would be like, "I don't care."
But
that's cool.
Derry, Maine, which is a fictional place, right, is not like that. They're like, "Hey, that's cool. You want to come in for some tea?" They're just really friendly. Right? Also, and so the idea that you're there, you know why you're there, because again, you're now an adult, and when you were a child, there's a horrible monster that you couldn't explain killing kids.
So that would be different if I was in that situation.
Yes, however, that's my point. That's why they make these things.
Me watching that, I cannot
It's just ridiculous. Like, you
Yeah.
don't understand because, again, you lived a normal life.
Exactly.
These kids do not live a normal life. Like,
but like me watching that, I'm not really ever putting myself in that situation, and that's probably like a defense mechanism because I'm scared as shit of scary movies. I can't handle them. So I would just disconnect myself and make fun of it, and that's how I would deal with the situation.
And that's
because I thought the first like
was
not the original,
Yes, the new one that.
But the first
Andrew Muschietti made.
Yeah, I thought that was really funny. Just because
it's not funny. It's a good. It's such a good
the
fucking
shit he
movie.
was doing. I was like, that's why is he doing that? He doesn't need to do that to scare him.
made it funny.
Yes.
Like, he's Richie, and Richie is supposed to be the comedy relief, right? And he will be. I think. I don't actually know the actor who's playing adult Richie, but that's not the point. My point is that it's supposed to be this. Oh God, Blue Flame's coming back. It's supposed to be that. No, I'm good. I got my bourbon right here. I'll be all right.
Yeah, man, 2 shots of that, I'm feeling good, man.
Dude,
128 proof ain't no joke.
Dude, we need to get some Everclear in here.
No, thank you.
Oh, we won't shoot it, but
we'll
get some Everclear. We'll mix it with cranberry juice. We'll get it going.
Right. But like you were saying,
my point is like this story is about kids overcoming evil, right? Mm-hmm. So in theory, the story is like a good feeling story, but there's scary moments in between. Yeah. Right. And that's fine. I'm totally fine. It's one of Stephen King's most famous books ever. It.
Stephen King is a fucking genius, bro.
He is a fucking genius, and he doesn't need to always do hyper violent, hyper gory shit.
No.
Like, he doesn't. And some of the stuff he does, and some of the stuff that directors do for him, is make it seem like, hey, this is relatable. This is fine to be okay with certain situations.
What was that movie? Where they're like, I think they were like out in the woods, and they were in a cabin.
Blair Witch.
And the guy like sat down on a toilet, and the shit like there was like an alien creature that went up his asshole.
Oh, it's a Stephen King. Dude, they were just talking about that on a Joe Rogan podcast. It's not Dreamcatcher.
It is.
Is it Dreamcatcher?
I'm pretty sure it's Dreamcatcher.
It might be Dreamcatcher.
But
anyways,
that shit made me fearful of toilets for years.
Right. So you ever seen the movie The Thing?
And I'm still fearful of porta potties. Because I have to like look down in there, make sure it's just shit and Powerade.
Yeah, it's just shit and piss. Like, we're good.
And then I gotta be like, all right, it's safe. It's safe to wipe down the seat, fucking sanitize that bitch, and sit down.
Right, but again, that's a movie that to some people might be ridiculous. There's some shit that crawls up your ass while you're on a shitter. That's ridiculous.
So,
right?
It's a ridiculous idea, yeah. But
again, to you,
I saw it whenever I was little. So
it stirred up some primal fear internally. It was like, oh fuck, now I got to check every fucking time. Right? So if you ever seen the movie The Thing, it's by John Carpenter. That's a scary fucking thing. Like, it's a bloodborne fucking like. Well, it's not bloodborne. It's like an alien that takes over a host body, right? And one of the ways that they determine, because you can't tell, like me or you could be it right now. We don't know, right? So the way to determine is they like, oh well, we found out it's like it hates fire or heat, right? So they all took blood, or they cut their hand, or like they gave blood somehow, right? In petri dishes, and so they like took this hot poker and just, okay, no, you're good, and they get to this fucking guy and just all of a sudden, like right when they're about to touch it, just freaks out, and it fucking the blood jumps and like scurries off, and like holy fuck, it's this guy, and this guy's like just, and it comes at like that to some people is ridiculous. Like, oh, that's ridiculous. What a stupid ass movie.
I would probably find that ridiculous.
It was one of the creepiest things I ever saw when I was a kid. My dad and me watched it when I was young. I don't know what age I was, but like I was like, holy fuck. Like, look at that fucking thing's happening. Like, The Thing.
I see what you're saying. Because Chucky, to me,
It's stupid. It's
No,
totally
no,
stupid.
no.
Nah, it's stupid.
I'm scared of dolls to this day.
Dolls are
because
creepy.
I saw it whenever I was like 3. I remember the first time I saw it, I shit my pants that night.
So
I woke up and I was like, yeah, I didn't pee to bed because I had a pee to bed problem.
but I shit myself.
And then I was like, I wiggled around. I was like, oh, damn it.
Right, but okay, so dolls are creepy.
Dolls
Little kids that are possessed by things are creepy.
Oh,
right,
yeah.
in the right context. But like honestly, one of my most scariest movies I've ever seen, The Grudge, man.
I actually haven't seen The Grudge all the way through.
Terrifies the fuck out of me. To this day, like, I'm not gonna be a puss about it, but like, holy fuck, dude. Like, it's creepy. It's creepy.
Yeah.
Like, to see this this Japanese lady just fucking, like...
What are you doing,
He's
dog?
trying to get some shit. This Japanese lady fucking just, like, crawling downstairs weird and just...
Yeah.
Like, I hate it, dude. I hate it. But I love watching it. So when they remake The Grudge here next year, I'm gonna be the first one to see that shit. I love being scared.
I'll be the first one to make fun of it.
Oh, dude, it's so creepy.
I didn't watch that when I was little. That's correction. I saw some parts of it, but then I was like, this is boring. I'm gonna go play with cars.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, man. Like, it's fucking...
But that's
it depends on what you're afraid of,
yeah.
right? So, like, I'm not afraid of monster movies. That's why, like, I hate Stranger Things. Stranger Things is stupid to me. I honestly don't think it's...
I haven't seen Stranger Things.
I think it's stupid. I think the writing team needs to get fucking fixed because, seriously, like, the best you can come up with for another dimension is called the Upside Down.
I have only seen 2 episodes of Stranger Things, and at that point I was like, I'm giving up on this.
It's dumb. It was dumb.
Yeah.
It was fucking dumb. And my wife tried to get me to watch it, and she was like, oh, I think she said, you're just trying to be cool to say that you don't, like, it's the cool thing to not like Stranger Things.
Oh, because it's too mainstream.
I was like, no.
You fucking hipster.
I just fucking think it sucks. Like, I'm sorry. It just sucks.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like it. I'm not going to watch it. And, you know, like, I like the show Black Summer. Did you ever watch that? Zombie movie. But it was like real fucking shit zombies. Like 28 Days Later
real
zombies. Like 28 Days Later zombies, right? So they're like, it's more of like an infection. It's more of an infection that people get. And they're like sprinting zombies and they're fucking like...
So like World War Z zombies?
Kinda, but smarter.
Oh,
because like those World War Z zombies, all they did was just like run at things that they saw. Like, can you imagine if you just saw like the color red and you just ran at red? Doesn't matter what the fuck was in front of you, just ran. I
used to think that about bulls, that they always ran at red.
Yeah.
I would never wear a red shirt whenever I went to the farm.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean,
that's ridiculous.
When I was little, that's what I thought. But anyway, yeah, I understand that. Like.
So they're smarter than that, and it was a good fucking show, dude. It was a Netflix series. Watch it. I recommend it. It's fucking great. Like, it's just, you always feel like in like pressure. Like, there's always this pressure of like, oh fuck, something's right around the corner.
Something like intensity. Like there's a jump scare.
Yeah, but it's never a jump scare. It's never.
And there's never a jump scare.
I shouldn't say never, but rare.
That's super unsatisfying.
No, I hate jump scares, dude. Jump scares are the worst.
Yeah, but like once you experience a jump scare, you're like, oh fuck. All right,
no, they're cheap.
I have a certain amount of time before that next one though.
I could fire a gun off right now and make you jump. There's nothing scary about that.
I mean,
can make
it's
a loud.
Scary. I would fear for my life because I didn't have anything to protect myself. Okay, you got a fucking gun.
But you know what I'm saying, right? Like, I could just make a fucking huge loud noise right now, daylight, broad daylight, nothing's happening, and you'd be like, oh my god.
But
right?
that spikes my adrenaline.
I don't like that.
And even though it's cheap, it spikes my adrenaline, and I feel good after that. My adrenaline is spiked. And I'm ready to fucking go.
While I'm doing it, like that's why Hereditary is great, right? There's not really any jump scares in it.
No.
And it's just this whole like, oh fuck, like.
It's like a huge amount of intensity throughout the movie.
Yes, like through the whole movie, you're just like, holy fuck, there's something fucking going on.
There was a lot of intensity going on with that
Midsummer?
Yeah, Midsummer.
Yeah.
There's a lot of intensity throughout it. And
you're always like, oh shit, what's going on?
Every once in a while, Eyebrows would make a...
Will Poulter.
Will Poulter. I call him Eyebrows. He would make a joke, or he would be like the comedic relief.
He would. He's
relieve.
the epitome of what Americans, like what people think of Americans is shitty. He's the epitome of that. And he's British.
It would
he's
relieve
not even
the
fucking.
intensity. Is he really?
Yeah, he's not even American. He's
Wow.
English. Like
He plays a good American.
Yeah, he does, but he's not even English. There's not even American. That's funny as fuck.
And I can't. I'm glad they didn't make him intense because I can't take him seriously after.
No, he's so skinny.
After We're the Millers.
He's so skinny and his head's so big. That's why I keep myself wide.
Oh shit.
Because he fucking.
I'm glad I'm skinny and have a small head.
Normal size head.
Yeah. I'm glad my head.
Dude, I think it's a redhead thing, to be honest.
Dimensions.
Like
the dimensions.
Will Poulter's a redhead. He's got a big old head. And I'm a redhead, and I got a big old head. I think it might be a redhead thing.
Yeah, but your head is it matches the dimensions of
Bro,
your body.
I got pictures on my first deployment ever where I am skinny, like sickly skinny.
Sickly skinny?
Sickly skinny. And that's because of some fucking whore that I was dating, but that's not the point.
Did she say, "Oh, you're fat"?
No, but it was just the stress. It was the monetized stress plus.
Okay.
Like.
So like money stress?
Yes. You'd be surprised. You want to lose weight? Get stressed. Dude,
I don't need to
sucks.
lose weight, man. I need to gain
that shit.
I
know you need to gain weight.
Tell me how to gain that
I'll
shit.
fucking tell you. You
do
just
I
don't
need
want to
like
do it.
What's the reverse of stress? Do I need to be like super relaxed?
You just don't want to do it. That's
just smoking a bunch of dope.
Fuck, I wish. But you don't. Yeah. So it fucking I think it's a redhead thing, dude.
Small meals, chain smoke cigarettes.
If you want to lose weight, start smoking cigarettes, bro. You'd be.
Yeah, I heard that's after a lot of people stop smoking, they gain a lot of weight because they got to keep their hands busy.
Yeah, it's a mouth.
Yeah.
It's an oral fixation.
Yeah.
So you got to put something in your mouth, and that just happens to be food since it's not fucking.
Or dick.
I didn't have a dick problem.
Okay.
I had a food problem though. I gained a lot of weight after I stopped smoking.
Hey man.
I haven't smoked in like 7 years. So I mean vaping's not the same. Vaping is not the same. I still dip, but yeah, I don't know.
Still getting that nicotine, just not through your lungs. Which I don't know if it's necessarily healthier. But you can breathe a lot better, which makes it feel healthier.
What, vaping?
No. Well, vaping and...
Vaping is, by no means do I say it's healthy. Like,
no, it's not healthier.
You are putting a foreign entity into your lungs. Exactly. It's not oxygen.
Nothing's going to be more healthy than just breathing regular oxygen.
Yeah.
Just normal, fresh air.
But it's sure as shit better than smoking cigarettes.
Yeah. I was talking about dipping, though. Like, dipping...
Oh, dipping is just...
It's not necessarily...
I can't stop.
It's not necessarily healthier than smoking cigarettes.
No.
But at least your lungs are clear and you can breathe regularly. You can have, like...
You can have full breaths and shit. You can run 1.5 miles because...
Yeah.
You know, I fucking
deep
don't
breaths,
need...
Bro.
I don't need a cigarette right afterwards.
I don't know about vaping because I've never...
It's not good. I'm not saying it is good.
I don't know the effects on my lungs, though.
I'm not saying it is good, but until they figure out what's wrong, I'm not going to fucking...
You're not going to stop.
Yeah, I mean...
Unless it, like, affects your prostate or some shit.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I don't know why it would, but...
Hey, man, who knows? Maybe people are smoking that shit through their buttholes.
Yeah, that's called boofing.
Boofing?
Yeah.
Is it a real thing?
I wish my brother were on here. He'd tell you all about boofing.
Is it really a thing?
I don't know.
Okay.
But I know, like, doing, like beer bongs through your butt.
Oh,
it's like boofing.
That's not...
I wish my brother were on here. He'd tell you all about boofing.
Oh, shit. That shit can't be...
Healthy?
Yeah, that's got to be way worse.
Can't be healthy. You're putting something into somewhere that it's not supposed to go.
It is fun to chant butt chug, though.
What? No.
Yeah, it is.
I've never butt chugged in my life, dude.
No. It's not fun to butt chug. I don't know. I've never butt chugged in my life. But it's fun to chant that shit. Like, butt chug, butt chug, butt chug.
I guess. But I don't know, man.
Maybe you should try butt chugging, man.
I'm not going to do it. I refuse.
Boof that shit.
I'm not gonna boof it, dude. Definitely, I'm trying to start boofing. Like, that's the thing. Like, my brother said it once, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" He's like, when you put shit like, he's like, "Boof that monster," or "Boof that fucking 5-hour engine." It's like, I'm not putting it in my ass.
Hashtagging that shit.
Hashtag boof.
Everything. Doesn't matter if it has anything to do with taking anything in your butt, like any liquids. Just say boofing.
Just boofing.
Like. Happy Valentine's Day, hashtag boofing.
Hashtag boof life. Oh god damn it, dude.
Having a great night out with my wife. Hashtag boofing. That'd be funny as fuck, bro.
Oh, dude, I would definitely be interested in whoever put that up. I'd be like, what? Let me see what's going on.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious, man.
I'm gonna look up that hashtag on Instagram later.
Dude, you could probably put it up. We could probably start boofing.
Boofing. Started on this podcast. Hashtag boofing.
Hashtag boof. Hashtag boof life. Yeah, dude. But I mean, there's people that do crazy shit, man. Like I heard like women and men soak tampons in like vodka, and like women will put it in their vagina like a normal tampon, and then men will put it in their ass, and because.
Put it in the woman's ass or their
ass? In their ass. Because the reason is because like your anus, right? It's when you put it in there, it's all it is like your blood. It's going right into your bloodstream, right? As opposed to like drinking it, which it got to go through your stomach and then get into your bloodstream.
Gets digested.
This is going straight into bloodstream because there's really no digestive tract like outside of that.
On the bright side, you probably won't have beer shits.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. Would you? I mean,
maybe we'll try it.
I'm not gonna try.
Next up on the podcast, vodka soaked tampons.
I'm not putting a fucking vodka soaked tampon in my ass. I don't know what you want to do. It, go for it, bro. Like I'm sure we can go buy you some tampons and fucking.
No worries.
I got the vodka.
I have tampons at my house.
I got the vodka. So you bring the tampons, I'll bring the vodka.
Yeah, that new vodka you got.
Tito's is good. It's not new. It's good though.
I mean,
it's my best. It's the
I've
best
never had
vodka.
it, so it's new to me. The brand is new to me.
It's great, man.
I honestly.
I don't say a lot of good shit about Texas because Texas kind of sucks, but.
Half our viewers. Thanks, man.
Fuck it, dude.
Half our viewers right there.
They think that they can get away with all sorts of crazy shit.
Like what?
Like. We're gonna fucking
the stand our ground law.
No, because Florida has that.
Yeah.
But they're like, we're gonna what's the word? It's not emancipate. We're gonna defect basically from the U.S.
Not right? Emancipate. It's fuck.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
though,
yeah,
right?
yeah. It's
like they're gonna like, oh yeah, we can stand as our own country.
Secede.
We're gonna secede from the United States.
Yeah.
If I were a president, I'd be like, go for it. I approve. Good
Go
luck.
ahead.
Good luck.
Yeah.
And then when Mexico takes you over in the first month, good luck. We're not going to help you.
We're not going to help you.
Yeah, fuck you.
Sanction your ass.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. And then anybody like, so Odom, right? And he'll be on our podcast someday, hopefully. He's from Texas. And I tried telling him that. I was like, dude, you'd get taken over in Mexico in a month. It's like, no, you know how many guns we have? I was like, you know how many people are in Mexico?
Yeah.
The cartel would demolish Texas in a fucking month. I promise.
The cartel? Did you? All right.
Because now you're getting one step closer to everywhere else in America.
Have you?
Why wouldn't the cartel take that?
I hate to
over?
reference Joe Rogan podcast more than one time, and in our own podcast, but have you heard? Not Eddie Bravo, Ed Calderon.
Yes, the guy who used to be a Mexican federale.
Yeah. They talked about a Mormon community down in Mexico.
Yes, speaking of Mormons.
Yeah, not the same Mormons.
Are you sure you don't want polygamy? You don't want multiple wives?
It's not the same Mormonism, but there was a Mormon community that fended off the cartel because they had like high-power weapons, like high-power sniper rifles that they were just picking them off one at a time before they even got to the community.
Well, so the whole reason that Mormon fucking community is down there, he'll go, The whole reason that Mormon community is down there is because they wanted to do polygamy, but the United States, it's illegal.
Yeah.
And so they're like, well, let's go to fucking Mexico.
It's the same reason Mitt Romney's dad never ran for president, because he was born in Mexico.
Fucking Mitt goddamn Romney.
Yeah.
Is that your savior?
No.
Mitt Romney, the savior of Mormons.
No. But he did ask the first presidency of the Mormon Church before he ran for president.
Of course he did. Why wouldn't he?
Yeah. I wouldn't... Yeah. There's probably a lot of Mormons that don't associate with me because I just took a shot on the podcast.
Fuck it, dude.
But, yeah.
That's like the
According to our religion, our number one belief is free will.
Yeah, so you have the free will to...
I have the free will
to shoot some blue flame.
Shoot some blue flame, no matter how much I dislike it.
God, that was terrible, dude.
Yeah.
That was fucking horrible.
But the thing is, that comes with consequences. Yeah. But those consequences aren't supposed to come until the next life. So,
Yeah.
Who knows? Or until they're supposed to be, like, imposed on me from Heavenly Father.
So...
Not them.
I was on watch with Lopez and Cox. Mm-hmm. And we were talking about religion and shit.
Yeah.
And how's...
Having those deep watch talks?
Yeah. But the thing is like... I just don't believe in religion. I think it's outdated.
As you've stated many times.
Yeah. It's just super...
But it doesn't have to be outdated.
It's super antiquated, dude.
Update
it's fucking...
that shit.
But they're not. They're not. I mean, look at the fucking Bible. Look at the fucking Quran. Look at the fucking whatever.
Yeah. I can't speak on other religions, but we're at least adding to it.
Right, because your religion's pretty new, though. I mean...
Yeah.
If you think about it...
fairly new.
Was it like 300 years old or something like that?
Yeah, I mean... The religion isn't new because it's Christian. Christian's been
it's
around.
Like an offshoot.
Yeah, it's a denomination of Christianity. Okay. It's like Catholic or
Lutheran or Baptist.
Like yeah.
You know,
people just normally separate us because we have this other book.
You guys are coming up on bikes and
well that and we have this other the main difference between us is we have this other book that we add to the Bible that we say, oh, this is also scripture. We've just been adding.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I mean...
Yeah. And whenever I came up to the door, you said, try not to convert me.
I told you. I'm not going to be converted, bro.
Yeah, I don't expect you to.
No, I don't expect you to try and do that.
I'm not on a mission. That's not my...
You're a normal person. Yeah. Like most people in every religion, you're a normal person.
Exactly.
It's the problem is the radicals that fucking make you look bad. Yes. And then gets me the idea that saying, like, oh, this fucking guy...
I'm not saying the radicals in the Mormon religion. The radicals in the Mormon religion are super nice. Like Mali Mormons, they're not typically judgmental. That's why I joined the church, because I didn't feel judged whenever I joined. But there are some radicals that are like if you go to church with a tattoo in Utah, there's going to be a lot of people talking shit on you.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Fortunately, you can't see my tattoos that I have.
I don't have tattoos. I don't have any tattoos.
You should get some.
I thought about it.
How long are you going to be on the boat?
So I thought about it, but then I was like, there's nothing...
Be a rebel, dude. You're be a Mormon rebel.
There's nothing I want to commit $500 to for a permanent...
How long do you plan on being in the military? Are you going to do it a career like me?
As of right now, I'm thinking of a career.
So that's 20 years of your life at least.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's a good chunk that you can say, hey, I've got something that shows, like...
But I don't know if I want to stay in the military, or not in the military.
I'm not saying the Navy.
I don't know if I want to stay in the Navy that long.
And that's fine. But you know what else is something too that I plan on doing? Again, someday, hopefully I have kids. I'm getting my kids' names over my heart, right? Like you can't fucking get rid of your kids; they'll always be there.
But again, that costs like $200.
No, just a name? No, shouldn't be. You're getting ripped off. You're paying
even,
$200 on a name.
Even though, like, even if I don't spend like $50, even if it was $50, that's $50 I don't have to spend on showing my son that I care about him without getting him something for him.
It's for you. It's not for your son. It's for you. Like, tattoos are for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? They're not for everybody else.
I already know that I care about my son. I don't have to remind myself about a tattoo.
And I'm not trying to say you have to remind yourself. I'm just saying, hey, I like the fact that I like the fact that I have. Yes, like look at.
Yeah.
Like I feel good that I've got my swallows, right? Like
but even then, I can show that off with a shirt.
You could, yes, you could. I'm not saying that you have. I'm not telling everybody that they have to have tattoos. I'm just saying that the reason I like them is like I show Navy pride. That's the only Navy. That's the only tattoos I have right now is Navy because I don't have the money to do anything else.
Yeah.
Like I could.
Money's a huge deal of like why I don't have tattoos.
Yeah, and trust me, they're expensive as fuck. My wife has been talking about getting a fucking tattoo for, God damn, I think since I've known her. Yeah. It's 5 years now.
It's honestly the same reason I don't have a gun.
Oh,
guns are super expensive too.
Right. Guns are expensive, and they're not super necessary. Like, do I need the 5 guns that I own?
I think that every household should have at least one gun to defend themselves.
Then that's
fine.
If
there's a home break-in.
Yes, I believe that too, but I'm not saying that you need to have a fucking armory. In your house.
But I don't have one. All I have is a big ass sword. Could you imagine if you broke into my house and I come walking down the stairs?
Dude, if you had first fucking... I mean, it doesn't matter. If I got a gun and you got a sword and you chop my fucking arm off with your sword because you went first?
It's super blunt, man. It might go halfway through your arm.
That's still fucked up.
Break your wrist.
I'd be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
you know, it's... Yes. Guns... I feel every house should have a gun with a responsible owner.
Yeah.
But not every house. Like my father-in-law has a fucking ton of guns. Yeah. My father has a ton of guns. Mm-hmm. How often does he use any of them? I don't know. Probably not very often.
How many political party members, like, who are against guns completely, do you think
own guns?
Don't own a gun. Like, how many of them do you actually think own
zero
guns?
Quite a few. Quite a few. I mean, look.
How many would you say? How many would you say, like, without security guards? They don't have any security guards that have guns. Everything in their household is 100% gun free. How many of them do you think would like say that openly on TV? Because I was thinking about that earlier today.
That they don't own guns?
That they don't own guns. 0 security guards of theirs own guns.
Probably a lot.
Private security.
Dude, okay, so...
Because, like, imagine that. Imagine you're a huge political party member. You're getting a whole bunch of money, right? Mm-hmm. And you openly admit on TV that you don't have any way to protect yourself. You don't have a way to protect yourself. That's like asking for people.
So... My response to that, right? So currently, right now, right, it's just me in my house and my dog. Okay, if someone comes in, right, and let's say I'm caught off guard, I've got 5 guns in my house.
Yeah.
Right, I'm caught off guard. What's the difference? Like, I mean, what if I'm sleeping, dude, and my house gets broken into? Now.
So you have that moment, like if you hear them breaking in, like if you hear a window break. Right?
Correct. And I'm like, oh shit, let me get my gun.
Run and go get a gun. However, even if they heard that, what the fuck are they going to do? They're going to get out and have all their shit stolen.
Yes, that's what insurance is for. It's just shit, dude. I'm telling you right now, dude. So, I'm a very big proponent in responsible people, owning certain amount of weapons, right? They don't need to have a mass armory, but like me owning a gun is fine. I'm a responsible adult.
One gun per responsible person.
Now, when it comes down to it, like tonight, right? If I go to bed and I hear a glass break and my dog's in his kennel and I wake up and I go out to investigate, right? And all of a sudden there's 3 armed burglars. 3 armed burglars in my house. What am I gonna do? Am I gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna take them all out?
You can take at least 2 of them out, man.
And then I die. What was that worth it? Was that worth it, or is it worth it just be like, hey man, take my shit, like go for it. I fucking get new shit.
Also,
I still have my life.
If you have a dog, your dog's not aggressive. Never mind. If you have a protective
What are you
dog,
talking about, dude? My dog is the most aggressive thing you've ever seen in his life.
No,
all right,
man.
My dog would.
Whenever I first met your dog, he was jumping at me, so I pet him.
My dog would, man, dude. He's uncontrollable. Like, he's a beast. My dog is the epitome of what everybody wants a Rottweiler to look like. Fucking monster.
To look like, yeah.
It's a fucking monster.
To look like.
Now, my point is like, is it worth it? Like I had a conversation.
It's not. But what if it's just one guy?
Either
you
way.
don't even have to take him out. You can just like hammer click that shit before he turns around. Like if he's got his back to you.
That's right. If you got the element of surprise.
Yeah.
So, again, let's say
there are situations.
Let's say you and your wife are walking to. You got done with a show, right? You went to a show and a dinner or whatever. You're walking to your car, and in a parking garage, some guy's like, "Hey," comes up behind you. He's got a knife. Let's say he's got a knife, right? You don't have anything on you. Or let's say you even have a gun on you, right? And he's like, comes up behind you and says, "Hey, give me all your shit. Like, I'm taking your car. I'm leaving."
How close
is it worth it to get stabbed? Is it worth it to get stabbed, or are you just gonna let that guy take away your fucking car?
How close behind me?
Doesn't matter.
If he's got a knife,
if he's like 100 yards away, it's a difference. Like,
I assume it's pressed up against me. In which that case scenario, that one cut to disarm him and pull my gun. Yeah, that's worth it.
Is it one cut? Is it one cut, or is it?
But if it's like pressed up against your back, you can turn around, grab his wrist, and pull your gun
before he fucking just right into your spine, and now you're fucking paralyzed.
Because most people,
and now you're paralyzed.
Most robbers, no, you wouldn't be paralyzed if it's pressed up against your spine.
If he severed your spine.
If it's pressed up against your spine and you turn, he's not going to be able to thrust in time to catch your spine.
Okay, what if he catches a fucking artery and you bleed to death in the parking lot over a car? Over a car.
That's my car. My pride is intact, bro.
I have a car that people would love to have.
Yeah, right? Tesla?
I'm not saying it's anything crazy, but you know what? I'll give up my car right now before getting stabbed. I would. If someone came up to me right now, right here, open that door and say, "Guess what? I'm taking your fucking car, and otherwise I'm going to stab you." Be like, "Go ahead, bro. Have at it." What the fuck, man? I don't understand. It's just shit. It's just material.
But there's also always that situation in which you could save your shit. You could save your...
At what cost?
Your wife.
At what cost?
You could save your wife.
No. See, now you're getting into a different scenario. If someone had my wife...
I'm talking about all scenarios. Owning a gun with all scenarios. You're talking specific scenarios where it wouldn't work. What about the scenarios that it would work?
Okay, so if me and my wife are sleeping and I hear burglars walk in, guess what? I'm getting my gun. I'm going to protect my wife.
Exactly.
My wife. Not my shit. I don't care. You want to take my TV? Go for it. Take my TV.
It's not necessarily just your shit.
That's a difference, though, because that's what I'm saying, right? So stealing shit, stealing somebody's fucking property by stealing somebody's life away is different.
That's my argument. Is if owning a gun makes you feel a lot safer than not owning a gun. So say you have a kid and a child molester breaks in.
Okay.
Are you not going to take them out with your gun?
Oh, for sure, but I have a kid and a wife to worry about. I don't have that right now.
I do.
Currently, it's just me. Even if my wife's here, guess what? I'm getting my gun. I'm going to protect my wife.
But how many politicians do you think have a wife and kids that don't have guns to protect them?
So you're going on the assumption that you don't know what these burglars want.
Exactly.
That's what you're going on the assumption. And you don't ever. That's a fair assumption.
Yeah.
You don't know what they want. They might want to come in there and rape everybody and kill everybody.
Yeah.
You don't know.
That's my automatic assumption every time.
Now, again...
That's the worst case scenario. They rape everyone, murder somebody, and take all your shit.
Again, that is the worst case scenario. Now, I mean, just statistics, right? Most breaking and entering or robbing or anything, no one gets shot, killed, raped, anything like that unless you are saying like, "Oh, I'm going to pull my gun quicker," and then they shoot you in the face.
No.
Now you're dead.
There is not that situation, but it's always a possibility.
There is a possibility. But most people, most burglars, right,
are just after your shit.
Just after your shit. They don't want to kill you.
So I understand.
They're not looking to do that.
I understand that situation. I'll admit, I was being a little stubborn, playing devil's advocate.
No, that's fine. I like being challenged. I'm saying is that there's no reason to assume until it happens.
To assume automatically you should always go for your gun.
Right. Because like I said, if me and my wife, again, if I don't carry a gun on me all the time, right?
No.
But if me and my wife come out from a dinner and all of a sudden some guy comes up to me with a knife and says, "Give me your fucking car or I'm going to kill you." Guess what? Take the fucking car. And now if he says, "Oh, now I've got your car, wife, now my wife, you get in the car because I'm taking you as hostage."
Oh, fuck.
That's a whole different
scenario.
Now I'm about to fuck this dude up because he's not taking my wife.
All he has is a knife and he's in the car.
True. Right, but that's what I'm saying. So, like, even if you walked up to my wife and said, "Give me your car, I'm going to kill her." Mm-hmm. Take the car, dude. Leave my wife.
Yeah.
If you hurt my wife, guess what? You're about to get the wrath of
fucking
holy hell on you.
So the only thing I would ask for, if somebody was like, "Give me your wallet, give me your car," and shit like that, I would ask for one. I'd ask for my credit cards, to be real honest, because I would explain to them. I'm like, "Hey, can I take my credit cards?
I'm gonna cancel those things immediately.
I'm gonna cancel those immediately as you take them. And if they say no, whatever.
Do you have time to explain that?
Can I have my state ID? Even like, it's gonna be a pain in the ass because I live in Missouri.
But why don't you have a wallet on you?
Why? What?
If they're looking for
a wallet.
If they're looking for your car, they're not going to worry about your wallet.
No, that's what I'm saying.
If they're looking for your wallet,
ask for my wallet, I'm going to ask, like, can I have my state ID? Can I have my credit cards? And if they say, fuck that, no, give me all of it, I'm going to be like, okay, whatever. I asked. I tried.
Yeah. All right. I'll get that. I'll take that. But again, a lot of times
it's in the moment. You're probably not going to think about that.
You're probably scared.
Yeah, fuck
I mean, most people are scared. I don't care what kind of hard ass you think you might be, but you're looking down the barrel of a gun or you got a knife to your fucking face, like, I don't know, man.
I feel like a knife is not as deadly as most people think, though. It is super deadly, but it's not as fatal.
You could get stabbed in the leg and bleed out and die in minutes.
You can.
Before an ambulance even gets there. You could die in minutes. That's in the leg. Something you don't even, like, think about all that often.
But nobody's targeting the leg.
No, but there's plenty of other arteries around that will fuck you up, dude. Mm-hmm. I mean, you get stabbed in the arm. You could die. You get stabbed, like, under, I think it's, like, under your armpit. And you could die.
But if you get stabbed, if you get cut anywhere along here.
Right. But who's to say they'll stop? You know? Who's to say that,
that's a fair statement. Yeah,
that they'll just like, cut you and be like, hey, get the fuck back. Or they'll just be like, boom, boom, boom. And now you got 50 stab wounds. You're not fucking surviving that.
Yeah.
You're not.
I got you. That makes sense.
Those people who are doing that are desperate. Desperation is a crazy fucking thing. You do not want to fuck with desperation. No. Like, people will do anything and everything sometimes if they're desperate enough. Like, I'm not risking it, dude. You take my shit. I take it. I don't care. Like, I'll get insurance money from it. I'll be fine. Mm-hmm. My life and my wife are still there, so I'm fine. Like, that's what's really important to me, and that's what I feel a lot of people don't understand. Like, they materialize shit, or they think shit is more important. And you'll hear it from a lot of, like, single people. Like, I talk to a lot of, I mean, even most of my opinions come from people that are, like, single, right? That they're like, that's my shit. I spent good money on that car. I spent good money on that house. I spent good money on that.
If you have insurance, you're gonna get that shit right back.
Right.
But
they don't think about
probably even more than.
But they don't think about it that way. They think about that's all I've got, right? When it's me, right? If it was just me and I didn't have my wife, I might think the same way. Probably. But I have something more important than my house or my fucking car or my fucking TV. I have much more important shit out there than that.
Yeah, getting married as a man, it humbles you a lot more. It takes away a lot of your pride.
I wouldn't say humbles. I would say it changes your priorities.
Yeah.
Like, my priorities before me getting
probably
married was drinking every day, partying all the time.
Exactly. But you'd have... you'd have a lot more pride as a man. You know what I mean? You'd have a lot more testosterone going through you. Feel more need to prove yourself as a man. Because you
why
haven't.
Do you need to prove yourself? That's another. Okay, that's another thing too. Why do you need to prove yourself as a man if
to attract a mate?
But your wife's already there.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of people, whenever they have a wife, they don't feel that need to prove themselves as a man.
Okay.
Because they already
you shouldn't have to. You have your wife.
You have a mate. You've already attracted that. You don't have to prove yourself that you can protect it.
Well, you need to prove that you can protect them.
You can protect them. They trust you to protect them.
Yeah.
However, their trust is that you'll make the smarter decision.
Correct. I hope that, because, like, if we ever got robbed and me and my wife were there and they took all my shit and then my wife started getting on my ass about, why'd you let them just take your shit? I'd be like, well,
You're
now
probably
we need
with the wrong woman.
Now we need to rethink what's going on. Like, they could have killed you and me, and you're worried about our TV? Like, who the fuck cares? Like, I can get a new TV. It's not a big deal. Like,
but a single person's mind.
That's all they think about.
That's
what they care about.
That's what they have.
Mm-hmm. Understandable. And that's what I'm saying. Like, your priorities switch. Yeah. Right? My priority isn't just me. It's what my wife is doing.
Yeah.
Right? I care more about what her future and well-being is than my own. And that's just how I feel. So, like, if it were to be like, oh, you know, it's cliche, but like, I'm gonna take her and like, no, take me instead. Like, that's what you're supposed to do, because like,
your testosterone and aggression trigger is placed on a different thing.
Yeah, and that's good. I mean, it's a good thing that it's placed on another human being, vice material things.
Yeah,
it's a good thing that happens. It's just hard talking to people that aren't married or don't have kids. Like, it's hard to talk to them because they don't understand.
So, do you subscribe to the idea that Hotep Jesus was saying, or you?
Fuck no.
If you not necessarily the controlling your woman thing, but like only ejaculating like once a week.
Bro, keep me
only
on
masturbating.
On a jerk-off schedule? Are you fucking
only
crazy?
Masturbating once a week.
Dude, that dude's fucking insane.
That's something I agree with.
That dude's fucking insane.
So, I think masturbating every day, it changes your personality between masturbating once a week.
What?
Because
why?
That's something I realized in high school. Because I would sometimes masturbate every day throughout this week. And then there were days that I would only masturbate there were sometimes months that I would only masturbate once a week. Most of the time during football season, because I would recognize if I masturbate.
Is it because you're too busy or too tired? Do you ever think about that?
So, no, my personality changes because I don't have as much testosterone.
Because you used it all during football.
No, I mean, like, because I ejaculate too much during that week, so it gets rid of all my testosterone. Because whenever I wouldn't feel as competitive during football season if I had masturbated every day before that football game. But if I didn't masturbate at all throughout that week,
do you think that's like
I would
individual
be super
thing?
aggressive.
Do you think that's an individual thing, or do you think that's like a general rule?
It might be an individual thing. It definitely depends on how much testosterone you produce each day.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely biological.
Because I'm definitely not agreeing with the idea of I got to be on a jerk off schedule.
No, there's
like,
not.
What the fuck is that?
There's definitely not a jerk off schedule. But
like, first off,
even now, or not now, I should say, like a year ago, I would masturbate like every day that I was in A school because I was away from my wife, and I was used to getting it every day that she was my wife. And we were together. Mm-hmm. So I tried to carry that on, and I would get, like, depressed. I would, fall into a funk whenever I wasn't getting sex, and I was just jerking off the whole time.
So my question is, could you go...
Spoiler alert for, like, family members who don't want to hear about my jerk-off schedule.
Could you go a year without anything?
Without jerking off?
Jerking off, no sex, no nothing. Could you go a year?
I went 14 years.
Right,
13 years.
So everybody always says that.
But
they're like, oh yeah, I went however long until I lost virginity.
Couldn't do that shit.
Could you do it now?
No.
Why do you think that is?
because after 7 days, it's proven that you're, like, scientifically proven. They did research. About 7 days, your testosterone jumps up like 150%, and you're ready to fucking ejaculate.
Why do you think that is?
It's biological.
Is it because that as a man, like, you're trying to reproduce, right?
Yeah.
Animal instincts are saying that you need to do this.
But there's also a difference between your brain chemically between jerking off and having sex. The first
of course, there's very different.
Yeah, the first time you do it, it feels the same. But after a while, it starts to develop a difference.
So that guy was saying, like, it's never the same if you jerk off than if you have sex. Of course it's not.
No.
One is literally you're watching a movie or a fucking picture and doing it to yourself, and the other
or imagination if you're really desperate.
And the other is, oh, I have someone else there. Right, so you got pheromones in the room.
Willingly,
you got how she reacts or he reacts. Like, there's a difference.
Oh yeah.
Like, so to say that it's never the same, of course it's never the same. Like, it's not. You're alone, with somebody else. Like the human pheromone is something you can't really detect, but like you just, it's something like.
Oh yeah, like whenever you're around somebody and you're like, wow, this person's really attractive, and I haven't even ever talked to them. Mm-hmm. And they're not even necessarily good looking, but there's something about them that you're like, wow, I think I want to be around this person.
I mean, just think of even like, losing my train of thought. Think of like,
you lost your train of thought?
Yeah, I lost my train of thought. I need to drink more.
Pheromones, you want to be attracted, or you want to be around somebody who's...
It's just, it's different, man. It's fucking different, and like there's times that people, like, I mean, think about deployment, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you've been on deployment. I've been on multiple deployments, right? Luckily, I was single through both of them, right? I don't know how it's going to be when my wife, now I've got a wife, like, but it's hard. It's hard to go that long without sex, without jerking off, without ejaculating, right? So you got to do what you got to do.
Without getting rid of that extra testosterone.
You got to do what you got to do. And I'm not saying, like, your testosterone is going to build up to bazillion% that you just can't handle it anymore.
No. It stops at probably.
It's something that you as a man,
science, though.
As a man, right? We are. I mean, look at nature, right? Because we're mammals. Mm-hmm. That's what we are. Every other mammal, they're just out there fucking go everywhere. They don't care.
Especially
they don't
like
have like
rabbits
this
during springtime. They
don't have this conscience, this self identity of, hey, I want to be monogamous. I want to be only with my woman. Yeah. Right? But if my woman is gone for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, right? You gotta clear it out, dude. Yeah. You gotta. Like, I don't give a shit
whether
what
it's
anybody
on your
says.
Own. Well,
no.
You should do it on your own.
You should do it on your own.
You should do it on your own.
Cheating is not the way to go. I'm saying.
But
you even think about like, they were saying on that podcast you're talking about, right?
If you don't do it on your own, there's going to be that influence. Like, hey, talk to that girl over there. There's going to be
I mean, yeah, you're
and
just,
even though you know, like, oh, I'm not going to do that. There's always going to be like, you want to talk.
You don't know. You could get desperate enough to where you're like, fuck, I'm gonna do it. Like, and you're not thinking
especially
clearly.
If there's alcohol involved.
It's not even, I'm not saying that. You could be sober as a bird, but you're not thinking clearly because you have too much backed up.
It's too much hormones.
You are too. You need to fucking
takes
think
it back
clearly. You need to think clearly.
Yeah. Takes it back to being like a 15, 16-year-old
so,
kid.
like, before you put out that fucking text, like, to this girl that's not your wife or your girlfriend, just jerk off, man. I bet you'll feel way different.
That's what you were saying with
feel way different. You'll be like, oh fuck,
if you still
you're right. This is stupid. Why would I do that?
If you still want to text her after
I've got a loving wife. Like, why would I fucking risk it all?
Yeah.
For one fucking night that probably is not gonna last more than an hour. What the fuck's the point? Right? Yeah. And dudes that are fucking like, oh, you know, and okay, so here, let's put it this way. Not everybody is as lucky to sit there and say, oh, I've got a wife that, or a mate, I should say, because, you know, gay men, women, gay women, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't have a mate. I don't have a mate that is always there. Like, I could be fucking always horny. All the fucking time. Every day. All the time. And that's just a biological thing that you can't help. But that's how you could feel, right? And your mate or your spouse or whatever is not always feeling that way. So what are you going to do? You can't just think, well, I'm just going to go cheat on her then, or him.
No.
Because
I mean,
I'm just trying to feed an animal need. I need to fucking take care of myself because at the end of the day, what I care about most is that I have my loving wife who cares about me and I care about her, and I could not imagine putting that kind of unimaginable disappointment on my wife, because that's what it'd be. It'd be disappointment.
It'd be disappointment. It'd be sadness. It'd be like an emptiness inside.
It would be horrendous to say that, like, oh yeah, I cheated on my wife. There's dudes out there that do it all the time.
Yeah.
I know on my first deployment, there was guys out there that I knew were married that were cheating on their wives, and they're just like, oh, it's just underway. It's fine. It's not a big deal. It's a big deal.
There are some people, though, like, their wives consent to that. They're like, okay, I understand.
I don't know what kind of relationship you're in, but it's not one that I'm interested in.
But, I mean, it's not me. My wife does not consent to that shit at all.
Yeah. Can you imagine, like, you telling your wife, yeah, it's cool to go out with and fuck other dudes?
Even though we're fun. Mormons, we're not that kind of Mormons. We're not.
I could not imagine it.
Yeah, man. Like, it's so... But there are swingers out there.
Of course there are. That's the life they've chosen. That's fine.
I think that's like their understanding, like, oh, we're going to be away for some number of
X amount of months.
And you're going to have this need. I'm okay as long as you don't develop that attachment to them. As long as it's just
But
sex.
You never know what attachment's going to come up.
Yeah.
That's the risk you're running. Because you don't know. You don't know. I mean, there's so many things out there that, like, I swingers and people with open relationships, do your thing.
Yeah.
If it works for you, do your fucking thing.
Yeah.
But for me personally, I could not imagine being okay with my wife going out and having sex with other men.
Yeah.
It would be a personal slight. It would be a fucking disrespect at the most fucking highest level. I couldn't do it. And so when I think about that, you got to think about it yourself. Do you think your wife thinks that way too? Probably. So why would you go out and do it? You wouldn't.
Yeah.
Right? And you got to think about that, because that's the thing. Like, when you get into a marriage, if you want to go out and fuck other people every night, don't get married. Odds are good. That's not how it's going to work.
You should stay single.
Yeah, stay single, because that's what you want to do. Then go out and do it.
Worst case scenario, you have a baby mama and you stay relatively committed to that baby mama with raising that child, but you're not married, so you don't have any obligation to.
Still, though, like, you know that.
And even then,
if I'm raising your child, man or woman, I mean, I kind of expect you to fucking at least.
That's.
Unless we're completely done, and then I can do whatever I want to. Yeah. So then that's.
But that's what I mean, though. Like, you don't
want to. It's not about you. It's about the child.
You don't want to collect multiple baby mamas. That's true.
Fuck no, that's horrible.
And honestly, if you're choosing that lifestyle where you don't want to stay committed to one person, you just want to sleep around.
I shouldn't have kids either.
Get a vasectomy, and then whenever you want kids, reverse that vasectomy. Yep. It's super easy.
Yeah, I agree.
And honestly, if I was single, I would have gotten a vasectomy as soon as I joined the Navy.
I mean, yeah, because you never know, man. Yeah. Listen.
Especially, imagine a woman who got pregnant, and you know that woman's a whore, and she tries to say that's your kid.
People lie. Bitch. People lie. And unfortunately, it goes with men and women. I don't want to be discriminative of any gender, but if men lie to you,
Mm-hmm.
it's usually, oh, I don't have a girlfriend or I don't have a wife.
Yeah.
Usually it's I'm single, so it's fine. But there's that the worst thing you could do is be called a home wrecker. You know, you're a fucking slut or a whore. But if you're a fucking man and a woman lies to you, says, "Yeah, I'm on birth control," or
if
something like that, and then all of a sudden now you have a baby, that's 18 years. That's at least 18 years that you have to depend. That kid's gonna depend on you.
I'm gonna put this out to the crowd. If you're a guy, right, and you're out there, you want to sleep around, whatever, get a vasectomy before.
New to your dogs and cats.
Just get a vasectomy. It's easy. It's an easy procedure. You'll be fine within like 2 weeks.
I don't know. I've never had one.
Yeah, you'll be fine within 2 weeks, and then you reverse that shit. You'll be fine with 2 weeks later. Then you're ready to have kids. It's super easy to reverse. Yeah, way easier than reversing your tubes time.
Yeah. No, I agree with that too.
But yeah, I don't with what you were saying with on the home wrecker thing. I don't necessarily. I don't put that on the home wrecker.
I put it on both parties. It's
mostly,
both parties.
What if they didn't know you were married?
That's what I'm saying. Extenuating circumstance.
Because I would be more upset with my wife because she's the one that made that commitment.
Correct. Than the guy.
If there was a guy that was trying to get at my wife,
unless he
I'd
totally
be like,
knew. What if he knew?
If it was like one of my best friends,
yeah,
I'd be super pissed.
What if he was even a guy you worked with?
I'd still be pissed at him. However,
I mean, he knows you have a wife,
I wouldn't be
right?
as pissed because my wife is super hot, and I know.
But you know what I'm saying.
I'd want to
right?
get at that if I wasn't.
But you know,
I still want to get at that.
You know what I'm saying, though, right? Like,
it's
that guy and that girl both know what's going on.
Being the home wrecker is not as bad as being the woman or man in that relationship.
It depends. I mean, again, like I said. So, like me, right? Like, let's say I walk up to some girl that my wife knows. Mm-hmm. I don't know. She knows that she's married. She knows that I'm married to the same woman. Like, that's who it is. And me and this girl want to fucking have an affair. We're both at fault. Period.
You're both at fault.
Is what
yes.
it is.
Yes.
It's no different. It's a 50-50 thing.
However, I would be more pissed.
Why?
Say if you and I were married, I would be more pissed at you than somebody that I knew that was like an acquaintance, maybe. If they were a good friend,
they knew.
If they were a good friend and I hung out with them numerous times, I'd be mad equally at both of you.
But why does it matter? As long as that acquaintance knew, why does it matter?
Because they don't know me. They don't know me well.
But they still knew. They still knew.
Just because they knew doesn't mean they give a shit about me.
If that's like when let's say your wife had a boyfriend before you guys were together. Mm-hmm. Would you still have sex with your wife, like when she had a boyfriend?
Yeah.
Why? You know
because
that she has a boyfriend.
In my mind, that's not her.
You know that she's cheating on you. How bad does that make you feel? That now you gotta think.
What are you saying? Like,
so your wife has a boyfriend. You guys aren't together, but you met her, right? Yeah. And you know that she has a boyfriend. She told you she has a boyfriend. Would you still sleep with her?
Yes, because
why?
Correct. I don't know.
Because now she is okay with cheating on her boyfriend.
When I met with her, I would think that, and it's backwards thinking, I would think that I'm the person she's supposed to be with, and I would try to convince her to break up with her boyfriend.
Okay, but you wouldn't have sex with her until they're broken up. Listen, if you break up,
I don't know, man. And in the moment that I met my wife, I was pretty hormoned up. So I don't know.
Well, when did you meet your wife?
When 18? I was 17.
Oh, well, yeah, you're a child. You're a fucking, you're a horny kid. I get it.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But nowadays, I probably wouldn't commit to having sex with her until
they were broken up.
Until they were
broken
single.
Up. Right? And I want to know that they're single.
I don't 100% know that. I don't know what I would do in that situation because I'm not in that situation.
Right, you're not. But I'm saying I've been in situations where, like, I'm not going to do anything until you're completely single. Mm-hmm. I'm not. Like, I really like you and I really want to do stuff with you, but you're not single. And I know if it were me and you were my girlfriend, I'd be super pissed at that guy knowing that he knows.
Plus, imagine the sexual tension if you guys did have sex, right? And she wasn't committed to breaking up with her boyfriend, and then that's it. You still have to see each other, though, every day.
Nope, not okay.
Not okay. There's a whole lot of... There's going to be some aggression.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a conflict, and I don't want conflict.
No.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to deal with it.
But again, once you're in that moment, and let's say you haven't jerked off for a couple weeks, and your mind's not running
key point of why you should jerk off more often. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to think clearly. If you're always on the side of, I just jerked off like an hour ago. Yeah. Oh, I don't fucking want to do anything. I'm good. Right? It's not taking an edge off of you. Like, this Hotep guy thinks it's taking your edge off. It's not. Like,
well, it is taking your edge off.
If you're trying to go fuck a bunch of girls, then yeah, sure, it's taking your edge off. But I'm not trying to do that.
But I have realized it. Like, even now, I haven't jerked off in a couple weeks. I'll admit that. Mm-hmm. And I was, even though I knew I was wrong in the previous argument, where you were saying you've got insurance, why worry about this shit that you own? I was still trying to argue that point. I don't know if I would have argued that point if I had just jerked off last night. Probably wouldn't have, because I'm not as competitive. I wouldn't feel the need to be right.
Do you think so? Do you think it takes like a whole 2 weeks to get your edge back?
Probably not a whole 2 weeks.
I think it takes probably a couple hours.
I don't know, man.
Depending,
it depends. It's biological. Yeah, it depends.
Like, just like, you're just trying to get that, like, hey, I want to fucking do something, and there's nobody around.
Not to
mention,
mention,
guess I'm going to do this.
It's
like, I hate when people try to make me feel weird for it.
What I noticed
don't make me
in
feel
high
weird.
school, when I was trying to talk to women too, I would notice that I would come off as creepy if I had jerked off every day in the past week.
But why? Why do you come off creepy?
I don't know. But
are you sure they're just
I would talk to
bitches?
that woman. I would talk to that woman, like.
No, they're a girl. You just said high school.
Well, I would talk to that
girl.
I would talk to that girl, like maybe 2 months later, when I hadn't jerked off, and I'd be, quote unquote, charming to them, and they would tell me, oh, whenever I first met you, you came off creepy as fuck. You had a creepy vibe.
So you know why your example might be bad?
Because it's a girl.
No. Well,
because it's not a
because girls don't know what they fucking want, just like boys.
Well, they don't
know what they fucking want.
But I feel like they're more susceptible to vibes, like feelings.
Well, what feelings are they looking for? Are they looking for the bad boy that fucking that cusses at their principal and makes a disruption in class and out there
every girl
skipping school,
I think
doing
every
drugs
high school,
all day long.
I feel like every high school girl is looking for that.
That fucking loser is not going to go any fucking where. Promise.
No, it's not.
That loser's not going to go shit. But the creepy nerd who does good in school, who cares about your feelings, who wants to hear you talk, understands that you have you're a person, right? You're going to be like, that guy's creepy. Oh, why is he always trying to talk to me? Why is he always... That's what I'm saying, right?
That makes
Girls
sense.
and boys do not know what they fucking want. A boy would say, I want a girl who fucks me like a porn star every goddamn day. Yeah, well, guess what? She's going to be a fucking hairdresser in goddamn Atlantic City making $10 an hour for the rest of her life with 12 kids.
Not necessarily.
That's what I'm talking about.
There's always, there's a separation between bedroom life and professional life.
But you got to know
huge
the
separation.
difference. That's my point.
Yeah.
Is like, as a man, you know what you want. You want a wife who will take care of your child, who will be independent, who does not need you as much as you think she needs you. She can survive without you. That's the kind of woman that I want and I have.
I was thinking
my woman can survive without me. She doesn't need me, but the fact she wants me is a different thing.
Yeah, you shouldn't be able to tell that she's a freak in the bed just by a conversation.
Right, but that's what boys want.
Nah.
That's what boys want. I don't care what age you are. That's what boys want.
I don't know. That's not necessarily what boys want, but that's how they find them. You know what I mean? They assume that that's what they want because. Come on.
You gonna go?
Because that's the only way they can tell. They don't know to have that discussion.
But no. So again, my point is that as you're a young, immature person, and I'm not even, okay, so you're an immature person and you don't know what you want, right? If you want just to have a wife that's down to fuck all the time and have all your babies and has no fucking aspirations of her own, okay. Why? You go out and do that. You can break your back working fucking horrible hours, making all the money.
I was never into that. I was never into the girl that wants to fuck all the time. I was into the challenge. I want them.
You don't want it too easy because then it's too easy, and then it's not even fun anymore. Then it's just kind of like, again, sure, okay.
That's what I wanted whenever I was a teenager. That's
right,
probably,
but again, because you're a boy, you're not a man. You're a boy. You don't understand.
No, that's why. That's the challenge. I want them to be as innocent as possible, and then I'm gonna turn them into a freak.
But that's the thing too, though. And that's fine if you want. Okay, so here, if you want to do that, go for it. My point is like, you don't want to fucking. You want to look in the long run, right?
Yeah.
The long run. Okay, if I were to say, hey, all I want to do is basically just be drained 100% of the time, right? Constantly just being fucking jumped, getting sex all day long, every day, and my wife does nothing, just all the fucking time, just wants to fuck, do nothing, right? No aspirations, no fucking goals, nothing other than hope that I make it big, and then she can stay home and fuck. That's not a good fucking partnership.
One of you guys is gonna quit. One of you guys is gonna say, "All right, I'm not feeling it today," and it's gonna be a trend.
Me is something.
Yeah.
All right. My point is, when you become mature, whenever that may be, it might never happen.
47
for a lot
years
of guys.
old.
Might never happen for a lot of guys. Might not happen for a lot of women. You realize what you want, right? The guys want a woman who will be there for them, take care of them in their time of need, and will be a solid partner.
And a lot of times,
and a lot of women want a man who will provide, who will be good to them, not beat them, not cheat on them, not fucking do horrible things. Right?
Not control
They want
them.
a good one who will fucking be a partner. You want a partner. You don't want some fucking fuck toy that you can just do whatever with all day long.
So, and a lot of times people don't know what they want until they've had something else. You know what I mean? That's the whole purpose of dating, right? So you can experience what this is like with this person, and you're like,
the right one.
oh, I don't necessarily like this about this person. I want to find somebody who is the opposite of that.
Right, but then they might have a flaw that you don't like. It's you got to find the right one.
It's the right balance.
Yeah, you have to find a good balance. You have to find a good partner.
Yeah. Luckily for me, I found that early on.
Well, I did not. I had to fucking go through some horrible fucking hooers.
You told me
horrible hooers to get to.
Told me about
to get to what I have right now, and I love what I have right now. I wouldn't give it up for the world. But I had to go through a bunch of shit. I really did, and I don't wish it upon anybody. But it's a good learning experience.
Do you think that, say in my case, since I didn't have any of that. Do you think I'm missing some of those learning experiences?
No, I feel like you got lucky.
I did.
That's what I feel like you got. You got very lucky that you found the right one early. Yeah. Like I didn't.
And
I really didn't. And
so I agree with that statement. However, sometimes I feel like I can't connect with a lot of people because I didn't have those experiences.
But that's good.
Like I can say,
those connections are usually bad.
I'm so sorry. I understand what you went through, but I don't understand.
No,
I didn't go through that shit.
Those connections are bad. I could never connect with you on a personal level about. Oh, can you imagine this girl cheating on you?
So that's
even
not
though,
necessarily
like,
true.
For like 6 months at a time while you were living in her house, taking care of her kid.
Most of the time, the best connections you'll ever have with a person is going through some shit. Like
right, but
some
do you want to have to do that?
Shit. I don't want to.
No. So why would you want to do that?
Occasionally, I feel like I'm missing that connection.
No, you don't want that connection. I'm trying to tell you, you don't want that.
I don't.
You don't want to have to feel, because it fucks up your future relationships, right? Like, it took me a long time to trust my wife, like, on certain things. Like, when I first met her, all I was thinking it was like, oh, this is gonna be a fling. Is it? Because I don't care. I think women are just cheaters and they suck. Like, that's what I thought. I was like, oh, I'm just going to get rid of her before I can
that was
get rid of me.
before you knew how to control your woman.
No, Hotep. That's not what I was trying to talk about.
Hotep Ben told you.
That's not what I'm trying to talk about. What I'm trying to talk about is, like, I wish I didn't have to do that. I wish I didn't have to think that way to learn how to trust my woman. Like, I wish I didn't have to learn how to do that, but I had to, because, again, I've been burned so many times. Some of it's my fault. I'm not saying I'm blameless, but, again, I've been through so much shit that I couldn't trust my now wife, like, to be there for me all the time.
It's good to recognize, like, the signs, though, right?
It is good to recognize signs. But again, you had to go to recognize signs. You had to go through some horrible shit. You had to
pass those signs right the fuck up.
Horrible shit to fucking learn. And again, a lot of people say that's just growing up, right? You go through some bullshit and you learn. And yes, David, you don't let those mistakes define you.
What David Goggins says is you have to go through some hard-ass challenging shit in order to grow.
And I agree. I agree, but I don't want people to have to do that.
That's more in reference to, like, physical and mental.
That's like working out and shit.
Yeah.
But
it's
mental,
true. Mental
like,
toughness.
I mean,
you got to break through those walls.
You have to. A lot of it's mental toughness. Like, can you take it when a girl cheats on you? Yeah. Like, are you going to be the guy who's like, oh, she cheated on me, now I'm going to kill myself? Or are you going to be the guy, oh, she cheated on me, I'm heartbroken, I thought I could trust her, but I'm going to move on?
Or be the guy that says, oh, she cheated on me, never love again, shut down the emotion.
That's the same thing. That's what I'm saying. Like,
well,
which one are you gonna be? Are you gonna be the one who moves on, right? Or are you gonna be the one who just?
But
is
in your
done?
case, you moved on, right?
Yes,
you moved on.
It took a long time,
but you still have those emotions where.
Well, no, I trust my wife. Like, there's no point in time would I ever be like, oh, no, you can't go hang out with those guys. I don't trust that you're going to not fuck them. Mm-hmm. Like, that's not a way to have a marriage. That's a horrible marriage if you think that every day.
Yeah.
Right? You need to have a marriage that you can say, yes, you can go out with all those guys. Because I know you're going to come home to me. I know you're not going to fucking do anything. I trust you enough. Right? And until you break that trust, I'm going to keep trusting you. You have not done a single thing to me that says otherwise. But the day you do, I don't know if you're going to get it back. I really don't. Like, but a lot of people forgive. I mean, you see a lot of movies and shit where they're like, oh, yeah, she cheated on me or he cheated on me. We're going to go to marriage counseling. We're going to work it out. No. For me, that's a one and done thing. Yeah, and I expect my wife to do the same thing.
Who do you think?
If I ever cheated on her, I do not expect her to stay with me.
What do you think? What do you think involves more trust in a relationship? Because I know there are a lot of people out there, like sports players, their wives, they know that and not necessarily all sports players, but like their husbands are going to go cheat on them, but they'll always come back to them.
Why don't you just think about like something we can relate to, like Navy?
Fair enough. So, what do you think involves more trust?
Military in general. Let's say military.
A person going on deployment and their wife knowing, hey, they're going to sleep around, but they're always going to come home to me. Do you think that involves more trust than...
No. I do not... Okay, in my opinion, right? I'm not speaking for everybody, but me as a person... Once you sleep with somebody, once we're in a committed relationship and you sleep with somebody that's not me, we're done.
Yeah.
Period. There's no, oh, it was a mistake. Oh, it was whatever. You're done.
But in this case, it wouldn't be a mistake. You would know about it.
No, there's no knowing about it.
You would give the okay as long as this person comes back home to you and
that's an open relationship.
Doesn't divorce you.
That's a different thing.
That's what I'm talking about.
But that's
Do you
a different
think
thing.
an open relationship
I don't think
involves
those
more?
ever work forever.
Do you think they involve more trust than a closed relationship?
No, I think it involves a different type of thinking. I think it
I could never think that way.
It involves a.
I'm way too insecure.
I would almost say a lack of caring. To be honest,
apathy.
Yeah, almost like an apathy towards your relationship. Like
whatever. It's gonna.
Whatever. Like it's fine because they can go do it. I can go do it.
Yeah.
Well, I know that I've heard that humans are not supposed to be monogamous. Humans, mammals, or whatever, are supposed to be spreading their seed wherever, right? That's whatever you want to think about it is. But
whatever your belief is.
I feel monogamy is important, and I feel that I would never do anything to my wife, and I expect her never to do anything to me. Yeah, and if it were to change either one, then neither of us. Oh, come here. I would feel that either one would fucking. I mean, we need to be done. There's no. I would not expect my wife to stay with me if she found out that I cheated on her. I'm not. And honestly, I would think less of her if she did. I really would. I'd be like, you're gonna allow me to cheat on you, and you're gonna still take me back. Like, I do not agree with that. I would think less of you, like fully. Like, I think that you need to have some self-respect, and you need to fucking not take that shit.
Yeah.
Like, I promised you something, and I broke that promise, and you're gonna just let it slide? Well, then what else can I get away with? You know? How many more times can I do this? How many more fucking women can I go sleep around with that you might not know of, or that you do find out? Because who cares? Because you're just gonna let me slide.
Yeah,
no.
I understand that.
Have some self-fucking-respect.
I agree.
And fucking say, no, you promised me something. I promised you something. Yeah. I'm gonna keep that promise. Because that's it.
Imagine that. Imagine her like in the workplace. If somebody promised her something, if somebody made her a deal, and then they go back on that deal, what's she gonna do about it? She's not.
Well, on the USS Dwight D. Eisenhower, you're not gonna do shit because they do that all the fucking time. What? They promise you shit all day long and never come back from it.
And they never do anything about it.
Fuck no, that's the worst.
You let that slide. You never fight for it. Where are you gonna go?
You're gonna look less of a fucking strong person.
Yeah.
Like you honestly. Like I said,
stand your ground.
Like I said, if I ever cheated on my wife, I expect her to kick my ass to the curb. I do not expect her to fucking take me back. And I would think less, like I said, I would think less of her if she did.
That's good.
I really would. And she should say the same about me.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way that I stood there in front of all those people and told you that I was going to be faithful to you and not do shit with anybody else and I was going to be yours forever. And then I go and fuck away that in front of all, like, fuck you. Like, you're not going to fucking do that to me. Fuck you. And I hope she thinks the same way about that. Yeah. Honestly. Like, I don't want her to think any other way. Like, and I wouldn't even think about doing it. But there's people out there, man, like, they have their open relationships. They just say, oh, the only way to stay in a good marriage is to cheat.
Yeah.
It's a terrible decision. Terrible decision. That's my opinion, man. I don't know.
I agree, man. I share that.
Yeah. But
you want to cut it off here? Because I got to pee. I'm gonna pee real
bad. We can cut it off here. All right, guys.
Thanks for joining us. ShopCast episode 6.
I'm not going to promise, but
we have
90% guarantee there's going to be someone here next time.
Yeah.
Like, it won't just be us.
We have good prospects.
Yes. We'll get somebody else. We'll get some other opinions. Again, comment if you feel like we're all fucked up. If you have any opinions, just write us something. I don't give a fuck.
Comment, shoot us an email.
Yeah.
Oh, and new alcohol. We're hopefully going to have... we're going to try and get a new alcohol here that we've never tried. If you have any recommendations, alcohol that you don't think we've tried yet, send them in. Mm-hmm. Like even your favorite alcohol, or
yeah, fuck it, man. I don't give a shit. All right, guys. Well, we'll talk to you next time. Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in.